All right, guys, live right here on SportsGrid. It's absolutely great to be with you all on a Wednesday. Kevin Walsh, Gabe Morency, in-game live right here on SportsGrid. And we are back because the MLS is back. They put the entire league in action. Yes, there is Major League Baseball. Not a ton left. I am actually, Gabe, I'll start this off here. I know we're going to talk a ton of MLS tonight, you and I am actually on both of the games that are live right now, those 6:40 starts. I played both dogs. I took the Twins, and I did take the Philadelphia Phillies up against the Dodgers. Are you betting either of these baseball games, or are we locked and loaded, of course, MLS-wise?
No, you know what? I do have a couple of early baseball picks, but I passed on the Dodger game tonight, and everybody knows the Pete Rose story, and people say, yeah, you know what? Pete Rose never bet against his own team, but he also never bet on his team when a few of the pitchers pitched, Kevin, which was a telltale sign, because Pete would bet every day on the Reds, but not when Bill Gullickson would pitch. I don't bet on the Dodgers when Eric Lauer pitches. I'm like, really? Eric Lauer's a favorite? I can't do that. Maybe if we're playing the Rockies or something like that, but I can't do that. Motivating factors aren't there for the Dodgers, so I did pass, but I'm riding the hot hand here. I'm not going to overthink things. The Boston Red Sox have won 15 in a row now. Yeah. They're coming up. And think about it, Kevin, if you're a hot team, isn't it just perfect? If you're a hot team, you're like, yeah, it's too bad we have an off day tomorrow. No, we have we're a red hot team and we're playing again in 2 hours.
Yep.
Right? Back end of a doubleheader. So they're right back at it. The momentum continues. Eventually the bubble is going to burst, but I don't think it's tonight. And it's funny how the numbers are really haven't moved all that much on the Red Sox throughout this streak. And, dude, we talk about the Blue Jays being done. I mean, the game is basically a pick-em tonight, Kevin. I don't see how I don't take the Rays tonight. So I'm riding the hot hands with the Rays and the Red Sox. American League East style for me tonight. Passed on the Yankees-Pirates game.
Yeah, so did I. I don't, sometimes the doubleheaders, I'm like, you know what, I can find other places to put my money, and that's kind of what I did. I told Gabe I had a story for him, though. There was a place I put my money earlier today. Honestly, I probably should have messaged you. There was a club friendly between Tottenham Hotspur and Milton Keynes, and the total was 3.5. We were getting plus money to the under. And I said, you know what? This doesn't seem like a track meet. All of Tottenham's signings are midfielders. So they have a stream, Gabe, on the book that I bet it at. So as I'm pulling up the stream on the book, they scored 2 minutes into the game. And I had to make a decision, flight or fight. And I fought. And I then clicked 4.5 to the under like it was a World Cup special. The game finished 1-0. There was a goal 2 minutes in, and nobody scored.
Bold. I like your style.
So
I like your style.
The soccer fever is there.
And I love how, I know, me too, baseball's back. I lost a WNBA bet earlier in the day today. It's my account, during the World Cup, kept going up all the time. You know what I'm saying? Kept going up, or at least staying the same and back in, you know what I mean? It was it kept going up for the most part. This baseball and all this other stuff, TBT stuff, Kevin, it's a fight out here on these streets. I tell you what, I'm scratching and clawing. I'm like, and there's that shoulda, coulda, woulda, too, because there's so many games. I did it last night. Do I want to do it again? Do I take Flaugier again? Do I go with the over again? WNBA, you got teams going back to back. We do have an WNBA prop tonight that is kind of wow, kind of flying under the radar. Kelsey Mitchell, over under 2.5 3-point shots made, Kevin. She's hit 3 or more 3-point shots in 12 of their last 13 games.
Wow.
12-1 to the last 13 games. She's just been bombing threes and hitting. Everyone talks about Caitlin Clark, but Kelsey Mitchell over 2.5 threes tonight. But we've got some TBT action. We got Major League Baseball action. The LeBron watch continues. And of course we had the big YouTube stuff last night with the Miami Heat YouTube account. Having a big press conference planned for Monday. I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore, Kevin. What's out there, and
The one report that I saw that I was like, they said that LeBron pushed his announcement back because he got mad that Adam Silver publicly was trying to rush him. I usually think, Gabe, you know me. Usually I go, that's stupid. That doesn't feel stupid. Honestly. Like if LeBron was like, I was going to announce it Monday.
Which proves my point about liking attention the other day. Like we can't,
I disagree.
We're going full circle.
I don't think that makes that point. I could have said anything and you'd been like, proves my point.
He likes the games. He's just a jerk.
Does that? He was going to, Gabe, he was letting the World Cup end, right? Good for you and I. And he was going to make his announcement, and big Adam Silver, who can't make a decision on Kawhi Leonard, is deciding to throw a fit that LeBron isn't giving him a month to make the schedule.
Yeah. Adam Silver's biggest concern right now should be what's going on in Portland, Oregon, to be honest. But he doesn't seem to mind, or he's aware what's going on and is going to let it go on, because it's getting pretty ugly with the Trailblazer situation right now behind the scenes. Now, I'll put it this way, Kevin. If LeBron James, if this is an absolute slam dunk and, he's going to Miami and the Miami PR team made a mistake with this, their social media team, the sports books haven't really fully bid on it. I mean, the Miami Heat are favorites right now at minus 185, but
right, they're not minus 600.
It's not like minus 1,200, like, it's done. He's with the Miami Heat. Like, it's already happened.
And let's be fair. If LeBron does go to Miami, which I've been telling you, that's where I think he's going to go. Everyone's going to go, so the press conference was real. I know you don't believe, and I understand why, that guys like McMenamin and Shams don't know a lot. But if some kid working the YouTube channel for the Miami Heat is well aware LeBron is coming, I'd like to think Shams, Gabe, would have a better idea.
I agree with that, although you'd be surprised who actually know things. Who are the real insiders in sports?
I hear that.
Not,
but eventually it gets out, don't you think?
But no, I was just going to say, like, the real insiders to sports, I'll tell you right now, are drug dealers. Point blank. Right? Drug dealers to sports to athletes know everything. Right? The athlete will tell them stuff. You think the athlete's going to tell some guy from the New York Post stuff, that the same thing he'll tell a guy he's buying weed or coke from? No. What's your teammate like? He's a jerk. Like, you know what I mean? Like all that type of stuff. Strippers, no. Uber drivers, like it's random, Kevin. Like I used to have scoops, and it'd be amazing where a lot of them come from. But you're bang on with this. So what? Everybody in the Miami Heat, like social media room and PR room knows this, but it hasn't buzzed out to one of their relatives yet. And it hasn't leaked to actually one of the insiders that make their money doing this. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on it, Kevin. And I also think LeBron's crazy enough that he would change his mind or something too.
I think that's, I hate to say
I was going to go there, but you guys mishandled it, and now I'm out. No.
It does feel like, Gabe, this has all been so long where he's like, I told every team I was coming. I just wanted to see who made a mistake. And Miami made the mistake, so they're out.
They do this, right? Kawhi Leonard used to do that. Kawhi Leonard and Uncle Dennis did that last on his free agency. They would point blank say things and leave things and wait for it to leak in the media and then say, well, you know what? We can't trust these people.
Which I think there's an old band. You would know the story. I heard it in passing, that apparently they would ask for something in the dressing room, super kind of. It'd be like, hey, listen, get all the green M&Ms out. And if they were out, they knew they could trust the setup. But if they weren't, they had to recheck all the equipment and things like that. Like, there is something to...
That was Van Halen with their M&Ms. Yeah. They were just jerks.
All right, guys, we're going to go through the MLS card here. We've got a ton of action coming up at 7:30. I do want to mention, and we try and pop the cards up. The guys in the back do a great job with it. Some of these games sneak up on me, but I do have Sabrina Ionescu and Caitlin Clark each to make 2-3s tonight in a parlay. Almost the idea game of they're not in a 3-point contest. Last game before the All-Star break, little show out special here. So I did make that move on the W. There's more picks in the W. We'll get to them. I will say, though, I have an MLS pick that – so I bet all my MLS stuff earlier today. And I knew I was running a risk, but I just figured, just trust the market. And I took Sebastian Berhalter for a goal or an assist. I really like that. To me, Vancouver, big favorites, should light it up against Cincinnati. I think Berhalter will be raring to go off the World Cup. But I'm pretty sure he's not starting. So now I'm wondering if I just eat a $2.50 loss on a cash out and tell everybody, hey, don't bet this. Or can Berhalter sub into this match game with enough time to make an impact?
Yeah, you know what? It's a good question. I would almost venture to believe that it's by how the game is going, right? Berhalter played in the World Cup, although, let's be real, they got eliminated a while ago here. So I don't know how much rest, how much rest do these players really need, Kevin? You know what I'm saying? So you want to ease them back into the lineup, fine. Berhalter's been an absolute beast for the Vancouver Whitecaps this year. The Whitecaps are playing FC Cincinnati. This game's at 7:30 Eastern time. And I thought you were going to talk about the market kind of going down. Pete Alonso just doubled his 19th double of the season, one out. Alonso on second. But so FC Cincinnati hosting the Whitecaps tonight. The Whitecaps played a couple of these Canadian Cup games and stuff, and then they had their game postponed last week. This is a team that's like really ready to go as well. And this is a team as well, Kevin. Like, the people don't really realize how good this team is. Ryan Gold was their best player, bro. He didn't play for like a year and a half. He's back now. Like, when you look at like the Whitecaps, it's like, wow, this team is actually like, this is pretty serious. When you look at their lineup now, Mueller isn't starting here tonight either. But Vancouver really should be too much for Cincinnati. Vancouver are incredibly consistent. They're 10 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws on the season. 7-1 at home. This game's on the road, but they're 3-1-2.
Oh,
so 3 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws on the road. They got a little bit complacent too and injury prone before the break with a couple of these road draws. Listen, it's not easy to win on the road, and Cincinnati aren't a complete joke of a team or anything like that. But if you look at like the goal difference, look at the goals here, Kevin. Look at Cincinnati, bro. Cincinnati have played 15 games, guys. They've scored 36 goals. Pretty, like, that's over 2 goals a game. That's the good news. The bad news is, Kevin, they've given up 37 goals.
Yeah.
They give up goals. They can't defend. And you got Vancouver rolling in that have scored 34 goals in 14 games. Like, they score.
Yeah.
And, they've only conceded 12 on the season.
Yeah.
This is a dominant side here. I like them tonight. Like, a worst-case scenario, it's a draw. So how I'm approaching this, guys, Vancouver, it's down to -106 or so, -112. Right now. My boy Brian White, he's just a scoring machine in MLS, Kevin. So Brian White to score a goal this evening. And then give me a little Vancouver Whitecap plus half a goal parlayed with TFC and the Revolution under 3.5.
I don't mind that. I'm involved with that game. I just want to make a quick note. I went to the Twitter page. Berhalter's not on the bench because you made a point about... So, honestly, and this is where these books sometimes, man, like, they don't care. I would have just cashed out.
He's not available. Yeah, so
it's not available.
But
the bet's going to get voided. But I also, Gabe, like, I would have took a loss. Like, it is what it is. I'm glad I looked into it a little bit more.
You can't tell. I'll get their starting lineup here, actually, now. But you can't tell. It's very similar to WNBA, Kevin. Like, they just put the player up earlier today. And if you bet it, you bet it. Doesn't mean she's playing. You see that all the time.
So, guys, here's the crazy one. It's the Chicago Fire tonight. The Chicago Fire had the league's leading scorer in Cuppers on their roster. He got transferred. Books were hanging his anytime goal scorer prop today. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Yeah.
But like when
And he's
people
not
talk
on the
about
team.
soft markets, right? The guy's literally not on the team. So I'll get the Berhalter back.
I gotta tell you,
bet back. Like, it's a little crazy how it works, though.
I got to tell you, though, there's one thing that I've noticed over the last couple of days post-World Cup. MLS have lost more players than they've gained. And good ones. Like, good ones have left. Like, you know, like there's been a lot of, like, players that are on loan and a lot of players that have gone to the Mexican League. And, like, for all the talk about what MLS is going to do, the other leagues are paying more. Right? Like, MLS will pay a lot of money to like, one of the name guys and stuff, but the Mexican League pays more. Point blank. Yeah. The Mexican League will like give like a defender. Yeah, we'll give you $5 million a year. You know what I mean? MLS, the same guy gets $1 million. Like, you know, MLS guys make more money than people realize. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, guy, you know, like Brian White's making nearly $2 million a year type thing on the Whitecaps as a striker. But, you know, the striker at Pumas is making about $6 or $7 million, Kevin. Right? He ain't making the 17s and like gap. Stuff. There's levels to it, but yeah, like, so MLS need to drop that. MLS have some issues, but as far as the bets are concerned, I do like.
Go for it.
I do think the Whitecaps are going to get it done. I passed on the Inter Miami game. I'm thinking about Lewandowski to score a goal.
I played Lewandowski. It's my favorite pick tonight. Yeah. Basically, Gabe, the guy Cuppers is gone, and he was supposed to play last week, so I like that a lot. I like that they were training and getting fit for the Vancouver match.
He's got an extra week of practice in. Yeah, exactly.
I bet him for a goal. I bet him for 2 shots on target. And then you know me. I snuck in 3 shots on target, 4 shots on target. I think Lewandowski scores here. This is a soft matchup for them tonight. Miami are not great defensively. There's no Leo Messi. They should have possession. Suarez is on the other side of the pitch here. I know it sounds chalk, but I found a plus money on Lewandowski to score. We talked about it, Gabe. He was minus money to score against Vancouver last week. You know how much better defensively Vancouver are than Inter Miami? We'll put all these picks on the board after a quick break. All right, guys, let's run through it all here, kind of what's coming up. We've talked, kind of quickly on the baseball. I did bet the Padres as well, so I played 3 dogs in this window. At 7:30, I am on the Mystics tonight at +6.5. We talked about that spot a little bit yesterday. I don't know if Paige Beckers is going to sneak into this lineup for Dallas. I'm hoping she doesn't. I played Portland late night. We can expand on all that.
Why would they? Just quickly, I mean, it's the All-Star break coming up. Why play her tonight, honestly?
It's a great,
like I said, I saw her listed. I saw her listed today, and I was like, she's not really going to play tonight. I really doubt it.
Yeah. I don't think she plays either, which is why
Does
I
she
played
play
them
in the
at
All-Star
5.5. We talked about it the other day. She's like the second choice to Olivia Miles to win the MVP. So maybe there'll be some incentive for her to play in it, but
Would she have concussion-like symptoms, right? Did she hit her head? Was that
That's what SPJ had told us the other day when we had him on. I hadn't seen it. I saw they were listing it with rest.
I did. No, I saw that she collided. Like, basically, she went down hard with somebody the other day. Like, I saw, she hit her head, and after the game, whatever. She is, because they said, we did the test. We did the test, and the tests were fine, but she didn't play. So I figured, all right, they're just going to ride this out through the All-Star break. But she's a gamer. I guess she wants to be out there and get a rhythm for the All-Star game. Paige is the type, too. She wouldn't mind that MVP, actually.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. We'll see. I am a little surprised she's playing. It's fine. I still think Portland can stun them a little bit. But just with these 7:30 MLS games, I played Lewandowski. I like that. Ignore the Berhalter stuff. He's not going to play. It is what it is. I played the Revolution tonight. You're on the under in that game. I don't mind it. But I actually thought it was a cheap little price on the Revolution at even money on the 3-way money line at home. I think they're better than Toronto. I don't know if Toronto were getting a boost because they've played a game, so they got that under their belt a little bit already, but I'm giving the Revolution a shot here. And then I played the Red Bulls on the double chance, +0.5 a goal. Philly are getting guys back, okay? There's this Wagner and Sullivan, and people are excited about, Calvin Phillips. I get all that. Philly have won 1 game. They're too big of a favorite here. You're paying too big of a premium. I'll take a chance at the Red Bull, stun them, or get a draw in this match on the double chance there. So that's my 7:30 upcoming action here, Gabe, before this stuff really starts to pick up.
I gotta tell you, it's amazing in MLS how quickly things can change for a side. Wasn't that long ago, Kevin, at Philadelphia were in the finals. They were like a team to beat. They were one of the powerhouses of the Eastern Conference. And here they are right now, the only team. And that includes Sporting Kansas City, who are suddenly terrible. Philadelphia, the only team without a win on their home pitch this year. And they played quite a few matches at home, too. They played 6 games. They're 0-3-3, 3 draws and 3 losses. I like where they're going. The Red Bulls have been playing good soccer coming into this thing. But with that being stated, to me, look, Philadelphia played 6 home games. Half of them have been a draw. You look at the Red Bulls on the road this year. The Red Bulls have played 8 road games this year. 3 of them have been draws. I mean, if you look at the crossroads on the freeway here, I'm going with the draw. Like I'm saying, I'm like, all right, we go this way, that way, and I'm going to keep going up. I'm going to keep going straight here. I'm going to take a chance, and I'm getting +320 with it too, which is a pretty nice number for a game. Kevin, when I play these big MLS cards, I mix in a couple of draws because you don't have to be right every time. Right. And if you are, man, there's been a couple of, Saturdays and Wednesdays where it's like, damn, I just hit 3 draws, man. Right. They happen. So I'm going to go with the draw there. A little bit bold with a draw. I'm going to add, this is an added pick with TFC and the Revolution with a draw. I think TFC are getting healthier now. They've played better a little bit, at least a bit more respectable. Here comes Baltimore, man. Baltimore's taking a big lead here in the first, guys. 4-0, Birds. 4-0.
Doesn't it almost make you want to jump in live on an over or something? The Red Sox get scored on the first inning.
They do it all the time. Hey, we hit that over last night with the Blue Jays-Rays game. That was nice.
Yandy Diaz home run was, it was. No, it was.
Because
the Jays got 2 quick ones. And I was like, oh no, like hopefully Tampa, but then they had the Yandy home run, which was great.
Yeah, they made it 8-2.
That helped a
Well,
lot.
I'll give my best bets on the other side, but I'm going to roll the dice that TFC and the Revolution stays under the 2.5. I'm getting plus money at plus 115 on it. I'm going to roll the dice that this is like a 1-1 final, but between TFC and the Revolution, and between the Philadelphia Union and the Red Bull and New York,
one of them.
I think we can get at least one of the draws. Yeah.
All right, guys, breaking it down on the other side. In-game live, we're here on SportsGrid, home of the Buffalo Bills, apparently. These guys, man, it's going to be a long NFL season, I'll tell you that much. That's one thing I'm well aware of with Gabe on air and Yarnell behind the scenes.
Bills look like the team to beat in the AFC this year.
Here we go. Yep. And then when the season ends and you go, well, I'll tell you what, it's everybody but... You know, it's certainly not Josh. It has nothing to do with Josh, guys. Josh's turnovers gave him a better chance to win, was basically the take I was being given today. Let's not do that now. Gabe, you said you want to just do all the best bets on the other side here. So just run through any remaining action that we kind of haven't mentioned yet with this. These MLS games aren't going to start for another 10 minutes probably, too. So people still have time to get these picks in.
Yeah, as we see, the MLS is not the World Cup. They don't start right when they say they're going to. They really don't.
It's a U.S. sports,
Yeah.
league,
they take a page out of
America.
They say 7:30. Yeah, the broadcast. They mean the broadcast starts at 7:30.
Yep.
They talk and then they come back. So actually, they're scheduled for 7:40 starts. So that's what the book says, 7:40. But yeah, so give me the Vancouver Whitecaps tonight, guys. I'm anxious to see this team play finally. I know they're dying to get back out onto the pitch and play. So give me the Whitecaps to win this game. Here's a nice little same game parlay. And I know a lot of you guys like the same game parlays. Whitecaps win, both teams to score. It's plus 190 now. It's not even plus 175. It's plus 190 now. So Whitecaps win, both teams to score, plus 190. Brian White is a prolific MLS goal scorer. Give me Brian White. Look, the over 2.5 in this game is minus 275 to the over. They're expecting goals here. Brian White will get one of them. Give me Toronto FC, TFC, and the New England Revolution under 2.5, plus 115 now. Give me the Red Bulls and Philadelphia draw, Kevin, plus 320. And my added picks were TFC, Revolution, draw. And I'm going to jump in on the Lewandowski party here.
Yeah,
He scores against Inter Miami tonight. Let's rock.
Love it. Love it. I agree. I think the Fire can actually win that game outright tonight. That wouldn't surprise me at all. If I didn't really do as many parlays tonight, you'll guys kind of see. It was almost too big of a card for me because there were so many options, but a Fire double chance with whatever you might Vancouver.
Oh yeah. There's plus half
chance,
goals.
Like,
don't forget about Nashville coming up at 8:30 Eastern tonight. I
yeah,
know it wasn't pretty last week.
Tonight, Gabe, is San Jose.
Thank you. Underpriced.
I really like San Jose. I agree.
Like San Jose guys are a classic example of how things can change in this league. As San Jose, Kevin, they were a laughing stock. They were one of the worst teams in the league perennially. It's the same owner as the Athletics, Fisher. So it's not like this guy's spending a ton of money on the team, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yet, good young players, right moves, just this. Everything is clicked for them early. We'll see if they can keep this going, but they're 10-3-2 on the season. Nice home record on their home pitch. Tough spot for Orlando to go on the road. And Orlando, guys, 1-6-1 on the road this year. Now you're going all the way out to the West Coast to play the Earthquakes. Got to like San Jose in this spot tonight. I think they're underpriced, but I don't mind if you want to get that nice plus money with a Nashville-San Jose parlay.
Yeah, I don't hate that idea either. So earlier, it's interesting the way some of these MLS numbers have moved. They were minus 190, maybe minus 180. So I actually just laid the goal and a half. It was like plus 148 I was able to get. I said, you know what? I think they can roll here. I know minus 165 for you, and I'm sure plenty of people watching is, in range for just a straight wager, which I don't mind either if that's how you guys want to play San Jose. But I think they are the pick late night. I think we could get some goals, by the way, in Dallas, Portland. We saw it gave that track meet that. Well, I don't know if
I agree
the
there.
Right word, right? Domination they put up at Seattle. I think Portland are going to play some overs here in the second half. Dallas can score as well. I think that game has goals.
Great eye. I'm glad that you brought that up. And listen, guys, there's going to be some teams that start to dial things up a little bit now. Although it's very anticlimactic and it's very annoying, actually, because if you want to get into the MLS, it's really like these games, Kevin. This is it. And then we go into, I don't even know what the hell they call it, the whatever cup.
Yeah.
The Champions Cup or whatever the hell it's called. It's basically, it's League MX
Leagues
versus MLS.
Cup. Leagues
No,
Cup,
that one's actually cool. Like one of them is cool where it's like teams from Costa Rica and Jamaica and like around the world and stuff. That one is cool. Vancouver made it to the final of that one and got food poisoned in Mexico and got lit up by Cruz Azul. But this one's dumb. It's dumb. Like it's always like they play like an aggregate. They play 2 games, but it's always like their games are always in America because they don't want to play in Mexico. The Mexican team, like they don't take it seriously. Players don't play. Like, it's just one of these, like, why do we do this? Like there's too much. Like MLS has too many of these little gimmick things, and it's annoying because we're dying to get back to MLS and get this thing rolling. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to play a couple of games, and then, oh yeah, there's 3 weeks of these games against Mexican teams. It's like, oh God, really? Like we got to wait again, right? So it's kind of, listen, speak to the commissioner. I don't make the schedule, but but there's a few teams that I do think get hot, Kevin. I'll tell you what. LAFC have too much talent to play the way that they were playing going into the World Cup. We saw like that talent and the potential come together in the first game coming out against the Galaxy. Salt Lake are pretty good, but I expect LAFC to play. They're not bad as it is, Kevin, but I'm expecting them to dial it up a notch, actually. I think they're mad. I think they want to get their home fans back on their side here. I like LAFC tonight. Similar situation with Portland. Portland were underachieving. They went into Seattle with their arch rivals in the Cascadia Cups, punched them in the mouth 5-1. I could see, like you said, Kevin, I could see some goals there, but the Timbers, I think, could be a live plus 125 favorite tonight on their home pitch this evening.
The LAFC point is a great one, and I was hoping to be able to back them tonight. I think the books moved it too much for my like. I agree with what they did, Gabe, but I decided to leave it alone because of that. Like, I was hoping we were going to get minus 115 or something like that.
They're
on
a public
this three-way
team.
money line here. Yeah,
they're one of the
sense.
more popular. They're one of the more popular. There's the popular public teams in MLS: Inter Miami, LAFC, Vancouver Whitecaps. The Whitecaps are like super, like you never get any value with them, and I don't know what it is. Like the sports books caught on basically to the Whitecaps. It's frustrating, Kevin, because years ago, not that long ago, like I'd be like, yeah, I'm taking the Whitecaps plus 2.5 goals at plus 110. Right? Like, yeah, it was like a band. It wasn't popular. Yeah. They were no good. Yep. It was like, yeah, like these. It sort of like blew my mind after. I'm like, God, man, never thought to see the Whitecaps as minus 240 favorites in a game. Like you get these like crazy high numbers now. Look at their big favorite on the road tonight, Kevin. Like look at like compared to everyone else. That's a big number on the road, bro.
100%. It's the only reason I'm not on it.
They're a bigger favorite on the road than LAFC are at home. Like on the road. And that's what I'm saying. Like the books don't even care. They're like, we don't care if Vancouver on the road or at home. Like the way it is with Vancouver, like they're not losing at home and maybe they'll tie on the road. Like that's how they roll.
Yeah. Guys, they're dominant. I mean, there's no, they've lost
32 goals, 12 goals allowed. I mean,
they've lost
less than a goal a game allowed.
Like, it's very, very impressive. They have the best goal differential, again, in the league, and that's with playing one less game than Nashville and San Jose. This is a real force within this league. We'll see how it ends up. I mean, if we're being
plus
totally
650 to win the MLS Cup.
When it comes time to decide that, it'll largely just be Gabe still involved. We'll be honest, right? But it doesn't mean you can't make money on him now for the next few weeks.
No, you'll be back. You'll be back by then because the MLS Cup is so far away, Kevin. It's right in bowl season. It's like Saturday, December 19th or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Jacksonville State against Southern. I don't know how to find that. All right, guys, live here on SportsGrid. It's in-game live. Kevin Walsh alongside Gabriel Morency. We're now joined by our guy, Rob Donaldson. Rob, always good to check in with you, man. We've got plenty of Major League Baseball that we can get to here on this Wednesday night. Do you have any action out live right now that you're tracking?
Yeah, a couple live ones. It's already been an eventful 3 innings for the Twins and the Guardians. I have the Twins on the money line through the full game. Just kind of felt like Bailey Ober, the way that he's been pitching as of late, limiting hard contact. I kind of liked him being that little stopper on this 4-game skid that the Twins are on. And honestly, during this skid, the offense for the Twins has been competent enough. So if they could just kind of muster, I felt like 5 or 6 tonight, they were going to get it done. The Guardians and them have kind of been battling back and forth, averaging a run per inning right now. So the over was definitely the play, but I still like the Twins actually through the rest of this game here.
It's doubleheader day today, Robin. Good to see you. Doubleheader day today. And bettors always like to bounce back with the team that lost that first, the first leg of the doubleheader. So the Pirates beat the Yankees earlier in the day. Red Sox streak continues. Let's start off with the Red Sox. Down 4-0 right now, Rob. But me and Kevin have been on the air for a bunch of their games. They've come back. They've been down before during their 15-game win streak, obviously. Plus 575 on the money line right now. Is that enough for you to bite? Are the Red Sox done tonight? Is the streak done? Or are they going to fight back and get this back in this game?
Yeah, and I think a lot of times too, when you look at that first game, that kind of leads into the second game of the doubleheader. One thing that I always key in on is kind of the pitcher usage. And I would say Baltimore, in terms of just the way they started that game, Dean Kramer got shelled. But he tied together. Yes, he finished with 6 earned runs, but I'm pretty sure pretty much all of those, outside of one, were in the first inning. And so he really did kind of pick it together. He went 6 innings strong. He needed to do that. And now all of a sudden the Orioles have a fresh bullpen the rest of the way. So if, for example, it does turn into a closer affair from this 4-0 start, I think they have the bolts on the bullpen side to really kind of tie this game into fold. I do tend to think that this is actually going to spell the end of this win streak here for the Red Sox, just based on how this game is flowing so far and who the Orioles have left to go. And I think that's okay in the grand scheme of things, but it's kind of a sad sight to see this potentially go away.
They've been obviously incredible, and I think they'll be fine. At some point they were going to lose, but I think, kind of to Gabe's point, not counting them out just yet. The only games that haven't started yet, Rob, and I don't know if you're involved or considering, Chicago, Detroit, Texas against the White Sox, and then you got the Astros hosting a kind of the opposite side of Boston with this Miami Marlins team having lost 8 in a row. Any of those 3 really caught your attention?
Yeah, honestly, I look at Sandy and the Marlins, and I do believe, especially when you're talking about pitchers, a clutch dynamic of, hey, your team has really started slow the last couple games in terms of the starting pitchers for the Marlins going out there and just giving up a guaranteed 3 or 4 through the first 5 frames. How do you respond to that when your offense is kind of holding up their end of the bargain during those same exact frames? I tend to think it's kind of a little bit of a blending piece here with Sandy, who's always been their stopper, taking the bump with the Marlins offense that does hit righties really, really well. Give me a chance here with the Marlins through the first 5 on the money line. I tend to think whether you're taking the money line or even a reverse run line in their favor, that's actually, I think, my favorite angle in that ball game there.
Rob, what do you think of the Dodgers and the Phillies game that's going on right now? Eric Lauer was an absolute gas can with the Toronto Blue Jays. And, he was okay at first with the Dodgers. It was sort of spot starts here and there, 2 runs, 3 runs, but he is who he is. And I thought it was kind of strange that the Dodgers were favored tonight with him on the hill, but we got a 2-1 game right now. And listen, we're going to the 5th inning, and it is only 2-1. The in-game total is 7.5 right now. Dodgers are plus 130. Phillies are minus 165. I'm tempted to jump in, guys, on the Dodgers right now with plus 130 because Lauer's almost going to be, out of the situation here, and I'm getting plus 130 with a lot of baseball left here, Rob, but the Dodgers bats. What's your take on this game?
Yeah, 100%. And when you even look at kind of Aaron Nola and the way that he's approached that 3rd time through the order this season, that's honestly what's been killing him. And I'll be starting to kind of be curious with the Phillies, obviously now firmly in contention. whether or not down the stretch here they start to pull him after about 5 innings pitched, regardless of whether his pitch count is in kind of that neutral territory. Because I mean, yeah, when you're going up against Shohei Ohtani, Andy Pajes, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy here potentially in the 6th inning to start the 6th inning, I don't necessarily know if Aaron Nola should see that inning. If he does, it could be fireworks out the gate for the Dodgers. So I look at that total, like you mentioned, 7.5. And yeah, it kind of feels daunting the way that the game is flowing right now. But I think it can turn on a dime. And I tend to think it will on both sides of the coin here.
I just clicked the Dodgers, Kevin. I couldn't resist. Plus 130. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. You've convinced yourself now that you are not betting on Eric Lauer. So
exactly.
Here come the Dodgers. The one thing I wanted to ask you, Rob, before we let you go, and we appreciate it, man. Just can you give us an idea where you're at college football wise? I know you're real deal college football, low leagues. Gay was hunting around the win totals earlier this week. I know where you're at in that process.
Oh yeah, I've already delved into a lot of these leagues, and it's conference realignment always proposes a difficult challenge, but everybody's in the same boat, even the sports books. So I tend to think that when you're looking at just down transfers going to smaller schools, or schools potentially taking on a bigger conference, kind of a realignment challenge, I like to target a lot of those teams. And so, one of the teams actually that it's not really conference realignment related, but it's one of my favorite down transfers of the offseason. Look out for this Akron win total set at 3.5. I know it's a crazy team to pick out there in the MAC, but their quarterback, Reese Poffenberger, who played at Albany 2 years ago, went to Miami last year, was the backup there during their run. I really tend to think that he could lift this Akron program to some bowl game type of heights, the same way we saw Buffalo do it in the MAC a couple of years back here.
I didn't see an Akron zip drop coming. All right, love it.
right up Gabe's alley, though. I'll tell you that much. He'll be
Akron's win totals are usually 0.5 or 1.5.
That's a good one. Like, 3.5 is no cheapie with Akron.
Yeah,
thanks, Rob. We'll be right back. The break.
Come in a lot more better prepared to play than say we did, having to learn some of the things that we learned coming into the NFL that we weren't learning in college. A lot of these kids are getting quarterback coaches, as far back as junior high school and all the way through high school into college. So I think the position is a lot more stronger than it's ever been.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Atlanta should be the team to step up and secure him.
Yeah, Atlanta's really interesting because they're much further down the list at only 8% right now on Call Sheet, but this is a team that has constantly come up in terms of GMs thinking, or the reports suggesting that GMs are thinking that Atlanta Braves are the dark horse team to kind of swoop in there and get Scooble, and that's going to be something that we should pay attention to.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron. Listen, I couldn't help it.
I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
You know, we talked a little bit about people betting on a Chicago Fire attacker who may or may not, definitely not, isn't even on the team. I might have done the same thing. I have people tweeting at us now, Gabe, that Sebastian Berhalter might be off to Middlesbrough and is no longer a Vancouver Whitecap.
Did he just get transferred?
I don't think it's official, but I think the reason he's not even on the bench.
That's why he's not playing.
Yep.
I don't know. You know what though? I also see that. Berhalter not injury related.
I gotta tell
you. You know what? I'll tell you what though. Listen, this is from RotoWire Soccer, like an hour before the game, 2 hours before the game.
Okay.
So he got scratched because they're transferring him now. He was available.
Wow.
Berhalter expected to be back Wednesday night, according to TSN, which is the network that covers he was supposed to be back. So the deal, what did I just say too? Like MLS are losing more players than getting players, Kevin. It's like all this showcase stuff went the other way.
You know, it did.
Dudes,
it did. Yeah.
It did.
Like the U.S. would have been
better
off
you're
getting
pretty
eliminated.
Good. You're pretty good. You know what? Why don't you come over here? We got screwed. We lost Ali Ahmed. You know how many Whitecaps we've lost? Ali Ahmed's another one. He's a good player. He's on what, Fulton now? Or no, Norwich? Yeah, whatever, Norwich.
This almost
hard to keep
feels
up.
like
we're getting raided. The Whitecaps have lost 3 guys now. I heard about Berhalter, but this is the problem with MLS. Fine. I understand transfers happen, Kevin. You're moving up the ladder. You can't have teams like best players and your best players in your league just casually leaving mid-season. It's nothing.
That's where
and the league acts
operating on their schedule hurt, right, Gabe?
Yeah, that's why they want to change. They want to get on the same path as everyone else. But the thing is, they want to get on the same path as everyone else because they think they'll have a better chance of signing guys, right? Well, we couldn't get Mo Salah because he just signed because the season's coming up there, right? Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going to happen is I think they're going to end up losing more guys than gaining guys. I MLS, Kevin, has almost become like the small colleges, bro, for the big ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're the feeder. It's like, look at these losers in MLS. Yeah, you know what? Berhalter's pretty good, though. Let's bring him over to England. And they just handpick the best ones, and MLS are just going to lose these guys all the time.
So there's a couple things there, okay? I think years ago, this was the point. Whenever Americans would show up specifically, Gabe, overseas, people would be like, awesome. Look, we're getting better, right? But people wanted to, can we grow the game here? And if you're just going to lose, is Berhalter the best American who plays in the MLS? Obviously, maybe. Right? But here's the other problem, Gabe. I looked it up. I'm like, did Middlesbrough go up? Nope. They're in the championship. And I'm not saying the championship isn't higher than the MLS, but leaving the arguable favorites of the MLS this season to go to Middlesbrough.
Yeah. Kevin, Jonathan David scored a hat trick in a World Cup game. He's getting championship league offers now. It's like really? Why wouldn't some MLS team just say, you know what? Let's just pay the dude. Pay the guy the $8 million or whatever that he wants. Just pay him and he'll score goals in this league for us. Mm-hmm. Garber and I love MLS. I love betting on soccer, Kevin, but I'm telling you, it's a big Ponzi scheme they've got going on. Dude, tickets were going for $11 in Miami tonight because Messi's not playing. Well, Messi's going to retire soon, guys. So what are you going to do in Miami? Right. You better find Beckham is trendy. He doesn't play. He's the owner. So you guys better find some man. Erling Haaland ain't coming. It's
not for a while.
Not for a while. Probably will end up on Inter Miami or something in the year 2039 or 38 or something.
10 years from now.
Exactly.
We'll play multiple World Cups before that happens. And
that's what I told people with Mbappe. And then that's the other thing, too. You can't grow a league by saying, oh, look, these big names. What, because Mbappe's going to come here when he's bored, when he's 38? You know what I mean? Because whatever, I'll go live in New York City for a couple of years. That doesn't grow your league. What really grows your league is the players like Berhalter not leaving, Kevin. Right?
And
that's what grows the league.
More and more, Gabe, it feels like they really need that Pulisic dream to come true. Like that almost
they gotta
now
make it
feels
happen.
like the only option. Also, great live penalty. Be right back.
Come in a lot more better prepared to play than say we did, having to learn some of the things that we learned coming into the NFL that we weren't learning in college. A lot of these kids are getting quarterback coaches, as far back as junior high school and all the way through high school into college. So I think the position is a lot more stronger than it's ever been.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Atlanta should be the team to step up and secure him.
Yeah, Atlanta's really interesting because they're much further down the list at only 8% right now on Kyle sheet. But this is a team that has constantly come up in terms of GMs thinking, or the reports suggesting that GMs are thinking that Atlanta Braves are the dark horse team to kind of swoop in there and get Scoogle, and that's going to be something that we should pay attention to.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron. Listen, I couldn't help it.
I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Oh boy. Yeah, man. Live here on SportsGrid, Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency.
We got a wild one in Cincinnati. There's one good team in MLS, Kevin, and they're the Vancouver Whitecaps, all right?
Yeah, except all their best players are going to get taken away. Like, we better hope Stuttgart doesn't call
How about
Mueller
this,
back.
actually? How about this? And I'm going to throw this out here just quickly. There was a rumor today in Vancouver that popped up, but I don't know, dude. The internet and everything. And like I said, all this stuff broke just as we were coming on the air, that the Whitecaps are talking with Enter Valencia, which I don't really like. It's like, it feels strange to me. You know what I mean? But I don't know. He does have a teammate, Kubis, right? On the team. So just throwing it out there. With all this shaking and stuff, Kevin, the Whitecaps could have some money. You know they just got paid for Berhalter. Don't forget, Whitecaps sold Alphonso Davies, too. Right? Like, it's amazing the players that they've lost over the years, this team. They're like the Florida Marlins or something. Like, they develop these great players. They find these great players, and they just lose them. Like, it's fun. I don't even buy jerseys anymore, Kevin. Like, I'm done with it. Like, I only buy, like, no names.
You got to wait for them to leave and get the
like,
discount. I'm still waiting for them to discount the LeBron Laker jerseys. I'm like, this isn't a good enough deal yet. I'm like, I don't really understand. I should be getting more off here.
You know, I still have a Kawhi Raptor jersey that I only wore once, that I didn't throw out or burn or anything like that. I'm hoping that this deal gets done, so I still have it. Like, I have it again.
Yeah. It's you got to get the little finals patch to it. That's when you know, like, that way you're kind of set regardless.
I got
it
at the finals. I was at Game 5 of the NBA Finals, Kevin. I was in New York, but I flew up to Toronto. I was at Game 5 of the NBA Finals. I got the Kawhi jersey at the game. They won the championship like 2 days later, and he left a week later.
Yeah, you can't burn that though, right? Like with the championship, you kind of just
that's the thing. Like it's like
it means more.
It's in a storage locker. I remember I put it in a bag, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll always have the memory of the NBA Finals. I sort of had the jersey. Yeah. Now I'm like, you know what? I still have that jersey actually. I even have the ring too. I got the championship ring that they gave to the fans and stuff. Yep. Yeah. I was at the banner night like the next year, but we got an action-packed game though, Kevin. We told you guys, so we gave the play. Whitecaps to win and both teams to score. So we got both teams to score out of the way. It's 1-1 right now. Let's get this Whitecaps home at plus 190 to win now.
Okay, perfect. So you're off and running there. The Fire scored. It was an own goal by the keeper. You will see it on SportsCenter, not top 10.
Describe it to people. You said it was one of the worst, like, highlight reel, like, set MLS back, like a century if people want to laugh at the league type of goal, right?
Like, it was under no pressure. The center back kicks it to the keeper. The keeper's like, oh, I'm going to kick this long, and just misses the ball. And it rolls into the back of the net. If they were the only two people on the pitch, the goal would have went in. That's how bad it was by Miami. So Chicago are leading in that match. You mentioned Philly leading as well. No goals anywhere else. We'll get to the W in a second here. The Dodgers did take a lead, so
what do we say there? Plus 130 as soon as my boy Lauer was out there.
Gabe any credit for this, but I have to. So 3-2 Dodgers now up on the Phillies. Dalton Rushing's got all 3 RBI for the Dodgers in this one.
How about that, Kevin? The luxury, and that's another thing. Dalton Rushing's a Dodger prospect. Like most teams would be like, oh yeah, Will Smith is out. Wow, it's a big loss. Dodgers are like, yeah, we got this stud prospect. It's like the cockiest kid in baseball. Don't worry about it. Dude, he is like over the top, this kid, huh?
Like, I like that. I think they need
sit your fat ass down and stuff. Like, he's like,
there you go.
Yeah, he throws someone out at second base and he takes his thing off and he goes, what a fat F. Like, it's like, dude, like, you're a kid. Like, you can't, like these modern baseball players, but how about the play last night that ended the game? Oh, my God, in Philadelphia, right? The Real Muto, the base running, a double play, and like the whole thing. But Dalton Rushing, like, makes one of the plays in the thing. But when the game's over, you just saw Rushing, like, with the fist, and he's like, F that! He's pointing at the Phillies. Like, you got to have guys like that, Kevin, right? The Dodgers are so laid back. Mookie Betts and Freeman, they're all classy, right? Kyle Tucker ain't talking smack to anybody, right? So Dalton Rushing provides this energy, but I was just going to say, like, not bad when you got a backup like Dalton Rushing to step in.
Yeah, I think Dalton Rushing would start for the Yankees, so you know, that's why they're in the catcher's market, quite frankly. Just quickly, some other baseball scores here.
Oh, and just like that, the Phillies tied it. Son of a...
Oh, easy. Don't worry about here.
Yeah, and Rob said that's 7.5. He liked the 7.5, right? It's 10.5 now in game.
No, and you deserve that. I thought Lauer left the game, and that's why you bet the Dodgers. You bet it because he'll eventually leave the game? That's outrageous. That's outrageous.
I bet it thinking that, yeah, he had one more inning in him type thing, and he'd be out of my life soon. But, like, nah, we have to tie the game. We give the son of a bitch a 3-2 lead, Kevin. We give you an effing 3-2 lead.
No, you deserve that.
You give it right back.
That's crazy,
yeah,
man.
But that's why I was getting a plus 130. That's why I was getting a plus. Hey, 2 minutes ago when it was minus 200, I looked like a genius, all right?
No, fair enough. You do.
He sucks.
I'll tell you what. He's not going to be in this game much longer. He's not going to be in the game
I don't think he's going to be on the roster much longer. Like, anyone that thinks, the Dodgers, you need to change the rules. Eric Lauer is one of our starting pitchers, people. Like, again, we're some powerhouse, huh?
Okay, hold on. No. He's not one of your starters by design.
Yes, he is. He's one of our starting pitchers.
Yes, because Ohtani, Snell, and Glass now all can't pitch. How many? You needed 3 all-star level pitchers to get hurt to need Eric Lauer to pitch once every 5 days.
And he's killing us. He's killing. Like, honestly, though, like, I wouldn't even like to be him in a way. Like, what would it be like to be that guy, like on a great team, but everyone knows like you're the loser on the team? It's like, yeah, dude, you're lucky you're on this team. Like, you're really not very good, but we don't have a choice. Like, the Dodgers they welcome these guys in, And I hate to say it, even the John Boy crew are like, the Dodgers are so. They talked about the Dave Roberts quote like I did. They saw the same thing. They're like, Dodgers are so getting Scooble. He's just trolling people now.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the problem.
We need an arm, too. I'm on board with it now. Let's bring him in. I'm on board.
It's funny how quickly things turn. I just want to say, and I feel like I should have played
more
both
Scooble in
of
my
them.
life and less Lauer in my life. That's what I want.
Well, yeah, fair enough. I wonder if the Dodgers will go to pick them to win the World Series if they get Scooble. It's going to move. It's going to move.
It would move. Yeah, it would move, yeah. Still scoreless right now. I just want to say in New England and Toronto, we got that under 2.5, which was a bold pick.
There was a penalty
Plus
game
money.
in Chicago, Miami. Luis Suarez stepped up and took it. It's even now, 1 apiece.
Whoa,
I do feel like
boy.
I left out. I should have played Suarez, right?
Yeah, we should have played Suarez.
No
to
Messi.
score. Who else was
He's the
gonna
guy.
score? Yeah,
Everybody's talking about Lewandowski. I'm getting reports, Gabe. This thing's a rocket ship in Vancouver FC Cincinnati. I'm getting reports. Your guy, Ryan Gold, put this in the back of the net, made it 2-1, and FC Cincinnati have since made it 2-1.
And we got 4 goals in this game already. 4 goals now. Literally.
Wow.
28 minutes in, 4 goals scored right now. We got a wild one going on in Cincinnati. We got 1-1 Like I said, there's some action in this league going on. NYCFC have taken a 1-0 lead on the road against the Columbus Crew right now.
I meant to tell you, and we can get more into it on the other side, but I am not surprised that thing is a rocket ship right now between Vancouver and FC Cincinnati. I am a little frustrated I didn't get involved.
No Brian White goal. We got Bodwell and goal. Come on.
Plenty of time is what I'm thinking.
Wow.
Come in a lot more better prepared to play than say we did, having to learn some of the things that we learned coming into the NFL that we weren't learning in college. A lot of these kids are getting quarterback coaches, as far back as junior high school and all the way through high school into college. So I think the position is a lot more stronger than it's ever been.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Atlanta should be the team to step up and secure him.
Yeah, Atlanta's really interesting because they're much further down the list at only 8% right now on Kyle sheet, but this is a team that has constantly come up in terms of GMs thinking, or the reports suggesting that GMs are thinking that Atlanta Braves are the dark horse team to kind of swoop in there and get Scooble, and that's going to be something that we should pay attention to.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron.
Listen,
I couldn't help it.
I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
All right, here we go. Back here on SportsGrid, man. Let's make it happen, baby. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency, nothing to see here. How about that cooling break, Gabe, in Miami, Chicago? We're having it's called cooling break, not a hydration break. How do you feel about that?
They just do what they want in Miami. They make up their own rules. They had a little pool cabana break in the middle of the game here. Like, I need a break. It's hot. It's hotter here than it is on the pitch there, probably, to be honest. But TFC right now and New England still scoreless in the 32nd minute. We got an absolute track meet going on in Cincinnati with 4 goals. A lot of action going on here tonight. In-game total, 6.5 in the Whitecap game right now. And as far as the baseball is concerned, still 4-0. I was sort of saying, all right, can the Red Sox get back in this thing? But still 4-0 for Baltimore. Baltimore put an early 4 spot up in the first inning, and still 4-0 right now. Boston only have 1 hit. The bubble could be bursting tonight.
All right, we've got a 1-0 Atlanta lead. We've got a lot of those, 8:05 starts happening. 1-1 Toronto, Tampa Bay. That might be something for us to keep our eye on here. Is Bradish has the ball for Baltimore? Yeah, I don't want to get in front of that, so I may just let that kind of go for now. We didn't mention, Gabe, but the Fever and the Sun game got underway. Caitlin Clark has come out on fire. 4 for 4 from the field, 3 for 3 from 3, 11 points, 4.5 minutes into the basketball game. So if you still want to bet Kelsey, you'll be able to get in on like the same number, if not better, because Clark's got it going tonight.
Yeah, last game before, she lit it up in the last game. She's been getting hot the last couple of games.
Yeah.
Like, there was a criticism. She was on a 3 for 19 3-point run. So much going on. I want to get to the Davis steal.
Gabe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Trey Turner, I have the Phillies game on. He ground, man on second. Gabe, man on second. Nobody else is on base. Okay? Guy grounds to third. The guy who was on second runs to Max Muncy and gets tagged out. This is not, they might fire Don Mattingly. This is crazy.
After losing the game last night with a base running blunder.
Yeah.
They run into it again. But the TBT is back. And, man, there's so much going on here. It snuck up on me here at 8 o'clock. Like, these shows fly by. So I didn't really even realize. I'm like, oh, God, I didn't realize it's past 8 o'clock right now. So we've got Davis Steele and the Gotham City Bockers. This Gotham City team has basically ripped the Knicks logo off, Kevin. They're decked out in, Knick gear. They're trying to ride the wave.
Yeah, I like that. That's a strong play. That's exactly what they should be doing.
It's all New York City area players, and I'm like, Davis Steele? Who the hell are Davis Steele? Davis Steele are basically Eberline Drives. I mean, anyone that knows this tournament, remember Eberline Drive? They've been in the tournament forever. They renamed themselves to Davis Steel, like it's a steel company that are the sponsor of their team. So it's basically Eberline Drive. And I wasn't impressed with the Gotham City roster, so for the record, I do like Davis Steel. They're laying 4.5 right now. I do think they're going to win and cover. But we saw last night, Kevin, Purple Rain. Man, K-State messed the Jayhawks up last night. Michael Beasley, wherever this guy goes, there's trouble and fights and stuff. And last night he nearly started a brawl. There was a little dust up and he kissed the guy. And the dude wasn't too happy about it. And Beasley went back to the bench laughing, going, I kissed him, all laughing and stuff. Yeah. It's man, I whenever Beasley's around, there's going to be stuff going on, but they're playing again tonight, and Purple Rain are beating them again right now. It's 17-9 early here right now. They got to 141 last night. We lost the total. I'm stubborn. I haven't clicked this yet. It's 142.5 in-game right now. Oh, it just jumped up. I was like, it's 146. It seems like there's going to be some points in this game tonight, guys. Purple Rain, JHX Hoops, little live TBT action. We cover it all here on the grid.
We certainly do. I will admit, despite betting the game, I didn't watch a second of the Purple Rain game. I just couldn't after Hall In.
Yeah, the heartbreak of the heartbreak of All In.
Yeah.
Dude, I woke up this morning and was still depressed about that. I don't know where I saw it. I saw something about the TBT, and I was like, I just All In.
No, Gabe. Honestly, I think that's the reason I capped the MLS. Gabe, I capped the MLS last night. Like, I did it last night.
You had to get your mind off of the TBT.
Yeah. I needed something to freshen me up a little bit there. Like, I just couldn't anymore.
That was an embarrassing showing by Seton Hall, I got to tell you, just for the record.
The Kentucky team advanced, by the way. So you do have that. They play
big rivalry.
Syracuse.
They played DeVille. They played DeVille tonight.
Mm-hmm. They'll be home for the games against Syracuse, though. I don't know if that matters.
Oh my God!
What we saw against Hall.
TFC, we got the under. Still scoreless, 37 minutes.
Oh my
One of these
gosh.
games, both teams have had big
Cincinnati?
chances. Oh God! Now Cincinnati.
Now what? Now someone explain themselves here. This is out of control. This is game of the year. I'm watching the wrong game.
I know. I want this one of these, man, when the show gets over. Now I can watch it. I'm trying to get it on a stream and do the show at the same time here.
Yeah.
In-game total 7.5 now. We just talked about the 6.5 a minute ago. 7.5 now. Dude, they might get to 10. Like, they might be one of these 6-4 type of games like the third place game was. This is wild.
There are MLS games that get out of control. Like, it's not, you know, in the World Cup.
Not like this.
No, I understand. But what I was going to say is, Gabe, like, for the most part, like Spain, very rarely are you going to see Spain play like a 6-6 game kind of thing. Like, you have an idea of what the total will be for a nation. In the MLS, you'll get a 1-0, and then you'll get a 5-2. Like, it's a very up and down league like that.
Like New England and Toronto right now can't score, and these teams.
Don Mattingly's a bad manager. Don Mattingly's a bad manager. He left.
I could have told you that.
Rob Donaldson came in and said, "Yeah, you can't let Nola see the lineup for a third time." Well, apparently that didn't get to
5-3 Dodgers.
Eric
that
Lauer
Max
better
Muncy
be out there for the 6th.
There's that Max Muncy with a 2-run shot. No, Lauer hit the game. Great job, Lauer. Hit the showers. That's what Dave Roberts is saying. Hit the good job. Hit the showers.
We need.
We're even giving Lauer We're giving Lauer. Well, Lauer's done. Way to go, Max.
Come in a lot more better prepared to play than say we did, having to learn some of the things that we learned coming into the NFL that we weren't learning in college. A lot of these kids are getting quarterback coaches, you know, as far back as junior high school and all the way through high school into college. So I think the position is a lot more stronger than it's ever been.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Atlanta should be the team to step up and secure him.
Yeah, Atlanta's really interesting because they're, much further down the list at only, 8% right now on call sheet. But this is a team that has constantly come up in terms of GMs thinking, or the reports suggesting that GMs are thinking that Atlanta Braves are the dark horse team to kind of swoop in there and get Scoogle. And that's going to be something that, we should pay attention to.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. Like, I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron. Listen, I couldn't help it.
I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
All right, guys, here on SportsGrid, it's Kevin Walsh and Gabe Morency. 3-2 Cincinnati up on Vancouver in just this outrageous game. Still 1-0 for Philly. Oh, no! They grabbed the goal back, the Red Bull. Excuse me. So your draws in play now right away, Gabe. Actually, both your draws are in play.
It's a little early, the 1-0 didn't bother me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to complain about the draws in play, but as you stated, the draw definitely is in play in this game. 1-1 right now. Still a lot of football left. Still scoreless, New England. All right, so we got Nashville and Montreal coming up, going off the board. We all watched Nashville live together on Friday night with MLS's return, and it was painful, right? We were wondering, how the hell is this team 11-1-3? How, really? Yet, they got it done like a good team does. They did. They dialed it up. They finally broke through. Didn't they score again, Kevin? Didn't they score twice?
No, they should have.
No.
But it was a miracle
They scored
save.
a million. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that really was a nice save, but he dove across and stuff. Yeah. But Nashville don't lose at home. And Montreal are scrappy. Montreal fired their coach, and they did get better, but they still struggle. They're 1-6-1 on the road, guys. All right, they're 1-6-1 on the road. They played 15 matches. They've only scored 22 goals. So, they don't score much, Montreal. Now, you're rolling into Nashville, who was 7-0-1 at home. I'm actually surprised the number's not higher. I got in right now at -185. I'm taking Nashville and I agree with Kevin, that I do like the San Jose Earthquakes later this evening against Orlando. So, if you want to if you don't want to lay them whatever it is, was it 150? What do I got for this? San Jose Earthquakes. Yeah. I'm seeing here, -155 now. My bad. Okay, -155. So if you want to parlay it, but I don't mind doing the -155. Kevin will lay the juice with Nashville here, and I did lose. That's right, I did lose the 1.5 bet against Atlanta with Nashville on Friday. I do think they actually do win by 2 here. I think they'll beat Montreal 2-3-0.
I've been trying to figure out, Gabe, what to do with Seattle after getting thrashed by Portland.
Oh.
They're better than that, but I don't know.
Their coach is mad, too. If you see their coach, he said, I haven't eaten in a week. I haven't shaved. I can't do anything. He goes, I'm disgusted. They were embarrassed.
Seattle plus
5-1.
a half a goal with the under 3.5 in that game. I don't think it's a track meet against Austin.
Yeah, I don't think it's a track meet earlier either, but I don't know with Seattle. Seattle are weird. There's goals in Seattle games. But I do think Seattle respond tonight. They're not going to lose. Austin aren't very good either. Right? I think Seattle does beat them. You're getting a +135 right now in regulation, but I don't dislike that half goal. And, how about this, Kevin? Seattle Sounders plus half a goal and Earthquakes money line.
I like that.
Same thing. I like sort of get a head start on it. And like we talked about earlier, if you're just joining us, there are a couple of teams. LAFC weren't bad, but they have a ton of stars. And, they were struggling going into the World Cup. Son wasn't scoring, and, they were 7-4-5. They just weren't a lot of ties and stuff. And they're always big favorites. So they're one of these teams that if they don't win, it upsets people. Oh, what's wrong with LAFC? But I think, look, they had 4 guys in the World Cup. Their quality is just too good by MLS standards not to win games. Even though Salt Lake are good, I expect LAFC to go on a little bit of a run right now. I think Portland can continue the momentum last week, Kevin, from that big win against Seattle at home. You got Portland tonight at +136. You talked about liking goals in that game. I agree. San Jose, I think, get it done tonight. So I do like the late card tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking now at, and I would bet these sometimes and I wouldn't mention them, but taking San Jose plus a half a goal, LAFC plus half a goal, Seattle, maybe plus 1.5 here, find another team type of thing, and just kind of, bring all these late games in together is something. Maybe I'll bring Nashville in here, right? And then all of a sudden now, I've got big favorites, and instead of needing them to win, you need them not to lose. So I may.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the half goal
here.
parlays. Big fan of the half goal parlays.
If I want to get national,
but I got Vancouver plus half a goal. That's not working out right now. I'm surprised they haven't tied it yet. 5 minutes injury time added in the first half. 3-2 FC Cincinnati.
Come in a lot more better prepared to play than say we did, having to learn some of the things that we learned coming into the NFL that we weren't learning in college. A lot of these kids are getting quarterback coaches, as far back as junior high school and all the way through high school into college. So I think the position is a lot more stronger than it's ever been.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Atlanta should be the team to step up and secure him.
Yeah, Atlanta's really interesting because they're much further down the list at only 8% right now on Kyle sheet, but this is a team that has constantly come up in terms of GMs thinking, or the reports suggesting that GMs are thinking that Atlanta Braves are the dark horse team to kind of swoop in there and get Scoogle, and that's going to be something that we should pay attention to.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Wembanyama goes to the park and plays chess against people. I saw him come in with a book today. Yeah. He walked in with a book, Kevin. He had a bunch of books in his hand. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he's the only NBA player that actually walks in with a book that actually read it.
Yeah. It's a good take. Yeah.
Shot of LeBron. Listen, I couldn't help it.
I knew that I was trying to cut you off before you said the name.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Sports. We're all good here. We're ready to roll. Yeah, all right. We're all good here. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency, Sabrina Nescu right now, 15 points, 4 assists, 3 boards. They're playing a close one between the Sky and the Liberty. I don't know when the Liberty are going to look like the team they are priced as, but it's certainly not before the All-Star break. I can tell people that much, and I don't know if it's going to happen really at any point this season.
I haven't been impressed with this team for a couple of years
as well.
New York have been underachievers. Let's just be real. I know they won the championship. They were lucky they did. They got oh my God. I don't know how the hell, TFC are God, they've missed a lot of chances. But, 71-70 there. Good call with the Mystics. Mystics hanging around in this game. They're up by 1 right now. I almost feel like if it was plus 160 or 165 or something, I'd bite on the Aces on the money line here. But it's minus 180 right now. But I am tempted to jump in on the Aces here at minus 2.5 even.
I'm looking Aj is off to a great start, and it's not even mattered, which is interesting. It makes me feel good about my pick.
You're getting the 6.5 is nice, but the favorites dial it up in the second half here. We could both win. Vegas is going to want to wrap this thing up with a win. And for the record, we got a big track meet going on in Indiana. What a shock! Connecticut have played a little better basketball. They're 5-5 straight up in their last 10 games, actually. 36-26 right now. In-game total 193.5.
It's every game.
So 30, they just hit a 3. So 39-26. So 195.5 now in game. Close to 200 right now.
Did you get the Mitchell play in? She somehow
No,
ended up
of
with 11 in the first half and multiple threes.
Yeah, of course. I didn't get it in. I said it right off the top. I like it, and I got caught up in this and that. There's a million games going on, and I put bigger money on these soccer games, so I've been in like sort of stress mode here. And now I'm getting mad about the Whitecaps first half. Like, how the hell you give up 3 goals to FC Cincinnati in one half? Vancouver have given up 12. They've given up 12 goals all year. They've given up 12 goals in 14 games, and they just gave up 3 goals and a half. I still think they come back and win, though. And I tell you what, you're getting plus 300 with the Whitecaps right now, guys, in regulation. That's a pretty big price. That's a nice price right there. What about the next goal? Whitecaps are minus 150 to score the next goal of this game. That's a bet I do like.
I was going to try and bet Breanna Stewart live, Gabe, but the books kind of see it coming. She's at 16 points. Her live prop is 22.5. 7 in the fourth quarter. That's a little pricey. It's just a quarter of play left.
This, Kevin, this is like the last games for the NBA All-Star game. Nobody's playing defense in the WNBA now. Doesn't mean every game's going to go over, right? There's going to be some ineptness and stuff. Today, they stayed under with the Seattle-Minnesota game. And how about Collier comes back and drops 24 and 10?
I didn't even realize she was coming back like that. I had no idea, being honest. Like, I did not know that was a thing.
No, I posted it last night, but I'll excuse you for missing it.
Yeah, I
didn't think she was going to start and drop 24 and 10. It was basically like, she's available to play tomorrow. I saw it late last night. She's available to play tomorrow. And then this morning I saw a lot of the Queen is back. And then like right before the game, it was like, she's not only back, she's starting. And then she dropped 24 and 10. People forget about her. And then they already have Olivia Miles now too. Like, wow.
No,
can they get over the top, this team? Like, they're the biggest, like, on paper, that's the biggest threat right now. To me, Vegas or Vegas, like, until you beat them, like, I mean, Kevin, they've won 3 of the last 4 championships, Vegas. Like, there's no...
I hear you.
New York have squeezed 1 in there, so until you beat them for real, then I don't buy it. Like, Vegas is the team to beat to me. But Minnesota now, I mean, with that roster that they have, and you drop Nafisa Collier back in this thing, that's some next level stuff to deal with.
I think that's why, for me, Gabe, I respect Vegas as well. I was on Vegas last year. I thought they were disrespected last year. Minnesota being this good, and the first game back, Nafisa scores 24 and 10. They're the best team in the league. You don't always win when you're the best team in the league, but they should be the favorites. Guys, Olivia Miles has been one of the 3 best players in the league the whole season. And Nafisa Collier is one of the 3 best players in the league. I'm not saying they're Olivia's numbers are going to go down a little bit now, but they absolutely have 2 of the 10 best players in the sport. No question. No question. So, you got to give them credit. You have to.
And it's not just either, like...
Ready. Wow.
It's not just them either. I mean, you got Natasha Howard. You got you've got players on this team. Kayla McBride gave them 20 today, right? Like, and they've got playoff experience. They've just been hurt by injuries in the past, right? They've been hurt by injuries. So if they get healthy, this team, they are on paper. Like, I agree with you. They're the biggest threat to win the championship.
Yeah. The MLS games are all at the break. Now, we've talked about this. The menus are much lighter than, World Cup. But is there anything, Gabe, you want to get involved with here beyond Vancouver? I'm wondering if maybe this thing really starts to open up in Miami.
I'm upset that I missed out on the 6.5, but it's back right now. So we can put our money where our mouths are. Guys, we've had 5 goals. We'll get to the Miami. I'll give you my Miami take in a second, but we've got 5 goals, Kevin, and everybody, in the first half of FC Cincinnati and Vancouver. We only need 2 more to win this bet. You're telling me there's not going to be 2 more goals in this game? I think this game's going to end up like 5-4 or something. My actual prediction will be Vancouver comes back and wins 4-3. I'm going to jump in right now on over 6.5 goals. I'm already all over Vancouver, so I'm going to go in on the over 6.5. There's going to be 2 more goals.
I don't mind. Like, I'm almost looking at Vancouver plus 1.5 goals and throwing that
Love
with
that as well.
Miami and Chicago over 3.5 maybe. I really think Miami and Chicago opens up. So I'm going to try and kind of shop that around. I think that's the way I want to play it here. I don't think Vancouver get their doors blown off. You know, that just doesn't make any sense to me. If they do and I'm wrong, so be it.
No,
but
this ends up 4-3, maybe 3-3. I don't know, maybe it gets crazy in 4-4 or something like that. But Vancouver, listen, they haven't played, right? I mean, they played the Canadian Cup game and stuff. So Vancouver are a good second half team. They've got a lot of veterans on this team. They will adjust and know what to do here in the second half. I think them in regulation at plus 300 is very attractive. If for those that like to live on the edgier side, right? They're only down a goal, and we've seen that they can score goals quickly, right? Unfortunately, we've seen they've given up goals quickly tonight after they score, but I'm not Vancouver far from done in this game.
The reason that 6.5 isn't higher or more expensive is they aren't sure that we see FC Cincinnati score again.
That continues, exactly, because it's above expectancy by so much.
Yeah. Like, to some degree, maybe I should just straight
But would
play
it
Vancouver
surprise you
double.
if Vancouver? Would it surprise you if Vancouver scored twice in the second half here?
No, it wouldn't. I think Vancouver going to grab the game by the neck, right? Like this, hectic pace is obviously something. When you're this good, Gabe, at some point you go, all right, that's enough of that. Let it, everybody needs to settle down here for a second. Now, it doesn't mean Vancouver are going to, want multiple goals to get the 3 points.
It's hard to win on the road, right? It is. It's just so, like I said, Vancouver generally win on the road or they'll get that draw. But I'm expecting a wild second half here still. Over 6.5.
Back here on SportsGrid, and, I kind of can't help myself because this has just been like kicking around in my brain a little bit, Gabe, since our show has started here. I know it's not to do with the picks, and I know, but we'll get all of them, I promise, everybody. Adam Silver saying, like, I hope LeBron figures this out soon. I want to set my schedule. As he can't figure out this Kawhi stuff over a year is truly embarrassing. Like, you have a blockbuster NBA trade, and nobody knows if it's actually happened yet. I'm pretty sure that's a bigger worry than programming whether LeBron plays in Cleveland or Miami or whatever it might be. Like, all of those teams are going to probably be on TV anyway. How is this Kawhi thing not settled? It put the Raptors, Gabe, as one of the favorites in the East.
Yeah, and it's handcuffing everybody right now. The fact that he steps up, like, after the fact. And honestly, nobody cares about this. So what? You know how many shady deals there's been, like, done in the NBA over the years? So, like, really? I thought this was much ado about nothing anyways. I don't care. Like, really? Like, but I bring it up, Kevin. Like, we could rage about Adam Silver, but, like, you see what's going on in Portland right now, right? The guy bought the team in Portland, and in the playoffs didn't send the injured players or, like, the practice roster, etc., like the bench, like, staff did not travel with the team in the playoffs. So it's like the first thing. All right, so we're cutting this off. So we're going, like, total cheap old school franchise style here. They didn't even make T-shirts for the fans, Kevin, in the playoffs. Now, listen, these T-shirts all suck anyways, and whatever, I get it. But, you know what I mean? In the NBA playoffs, Rip City or whatever the hell. Every city has their little slogan, We the North. They're like, you give the fans the towel and the T-shirt for paying big money for a playoff game, and they have the memory, and everyone wears the T-shirt. Blazers didn't make T-shirts. Couldn't afford to make T-shirts. Never mind the fact that guy bought the team, owns the Carolina Hurricanes, who won the Stanley Cup. The same guy that just engraved like 8 of his relatives' names on the Stanley Cup. Like, you can't do that, but he did it.
It's the same guy?
Same guy that owns the Carolina Hurricanes, yeah. And so he just bought the pickleball league for like $250 million. So he goes to Portland, right away starts arguing with the state and city, like right away, like just takes a like hostile stance towards them. Like, you're lucky I bought the team and I'm here. And then fired all the season ticket holder, like all the season, like ticket staff and stuff. Like, he basically fired everybody in the building. Like, he said, I thank you for being here for 25 years. You all got to get out now. You're all fired. You see, now he fired the entire, like, I don't know what's left, Kevin. He fired, like, all the TV, like, staff. Like, the post-game show host, the pregame, the former players, everybody is out. Today, the Caballero guy, their play-by-play guy, is out. He stepped down. He said, I'm not getting fired, but I'm not going to say, he goes, I don't need to tell you what happened, but he goes, I'm just not comfortable. And then he basically got honest. He goes, yeah, they offered me like a crap-ass deal, basically. Like, so now they lose their play-by-play guy. Like, you talk about Kevin, like, but the play-by-play guys are big in the community. He was popular there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, so it's one thing to say, well, yeah, they're trying to get a new arena done. I don't even think he's trying to get a new arena done. I don't think he is. I think he's trying to get people so upset and hate him so much that they're like, yeah, whatever, dude. Right? And once again, though, where's Adam Silver on this? Where's Adam Silver? Like, he knew, like, didn't he say, like, listen, if you buy this team, you can't start messing with the people of Portland. Right? Like, you can't fire everybody. Like, it's a bad look for the NBA. Like, even other NBA media are now, like, saying, you know how bad this looks for the NBA? You're supposedly one of the biggest leagues. Like, you pretend you're like the NFL and you're this big, like, powerhouse global league. Your teams can't afford play-by-play guys? Oh, yeah, by the way, they're not traveling with they're going to do all the broadcast remote now, too, in Portland. Like,
come on.
That should not be allowed. Should not be allowed. Like, you're the NBA. Like, Silver should say, no. You can't have no play-by-play guys. You can't just do it from Portland. You can't operate this like a Jack in the Box. Like, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or even not even as poorly as that. Like, what are they doing, Kevin? And I swear to God, it's the Pacific Northwest. The NBA has always had a disdain for the Pacific Northwest. Seattle Supersonics were a model franchise that won championships and were popular. They were owned by the guy that owned Starbucks, and people didn't build him a new arena, and he left because the guy from Starbucks couldn't afford to build his own arena, right?
Yeah.
So they let that go. Vancouver Grizzlies, same thing. They screwed the Grizzlies, the Supersonics. Now they're coming for the Trailblazers, I'm telling you. Like, if I'm a Portland Trailblazer fan, I am not very comfortable right now.
No, because this is the thing. Everyone expects the league to add 2 teams. If it's Seattle and Las Vegas, Portland might not survive that. And I don't mean Portland have great fans. I mean, in the NBA's eyes, they may think, you know what? There might be a different market that we want to be in.
Seattle's
again,
a better market. And
wrong.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, does it make more sense to be in Brooklyn or New Jersey? Everybody thinks Brooklyn. I can tell you they'd be better off in New Jersey. They'd have better attendance and better fans. Yes. I promise you. But you hear Brooklyn and you go, it's got to be Brooklyn. And it's not Brooklyn. It's not. Barclays is great for concerts. Honestly, I actually enjoy going to watch a game there because I can get tickets easier than going to the Garden. But most times when you go, you're like, oh, look, LeBron's in town or Wemby's in town. Or
Clippers,
sometimes people go to the Barclays because the Knicks are in town.
The Clippers in L.A. are like 5 million times bigger than the Nets are in New York, and the Clippers are nothing in L.A.
It's being not wrong.
Like, the Clippers actually have fans, Kevin. Like, they do fill that arena up. Like, the Clippers have fans. They do. Right? They don't have, like, the entire city. You don't see Clipper gear everywhere, but they sell out their games, and they have. Dude, everyone that goes to a Net game is there because it's cheaper. They want to see the visiting team.
Yeah, it's easier to, but it's not enough. In-game live on SportsGrid. It's Kevin Walsh and Gabriel Morency. Programming note, we are back tomorrow from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. With the way the sports calendar kind of lines up here, it makes a lot more sense for us to join you during that stretch of the day. So we'll be back. We'll be betting some baseball tomorrow on a Thursday. Quickly, though, Inter Miami grab a 2-1 lead with Luis Suarez bagging his second goal. Gabe and I talking a little bit during the break. Obvious, but it is what it is. Good for him. Good for that live 3.5 that I played with Vancouver plus the 1.5. So at least I can salvage this. Who knows? A lot of game left. It's certainly still possible that Lewandowski can find the back of the net here, Gabe.
Yeah, there is still a lot of football left. And speaking of which, too, tomorrow night, Thursday night, there's a CFL game. And quite interesting circumstances for this game as well, Kevin. One of the players on the Saskatchewan Roughriders got in a car accident on Saturday night. So it went from, what a tragedy, and all the teams did the moment of silence and put his face up on the screen and stuff like that. And then basically 2 days later, the cop said, yeah, it was his fault, and he was drunk, and he was driving on the wrong side of the road, and he killed somebody else.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and they're playing tomorrow. So the team is playing, and the team has done a good job of flipping it. Like, it went from our player died to, oh, my God, we're so upset, to, the victim. So there's a big GoFundMe for the victim and all that. So it'll be an emotional game tomorrow night. And a big game between two good teams. But that's at 9 o'clock Eastern, so we'll have some picks for that tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll get through all of that tomorrow. Tonight, as far as still to come.
A lot of coming up, Kevin. A lot of action, baby. We're going to have strong tonight.
Yeah, there's another late W game if you want. You can obviously follow the live baseball board. You want to roll through, Gabe? Just any picks here still to come for people?
Yeah, you know what? Let's dance. I say the Seattle Sounders do respond after that humiliating 5-1 loss. We're getting plus 155 in regulation. Sometimes you got to take a chance and roll the dice. Let's go with the Sounders plus 155 in Austin. Give me LAFC minus 138 to beat Real Salt Lake. Portland Timbers plus 125 to keep it going after they beat Seattle last week. Plus 125 on their home pitch. And what's the total there right now? Updated number 2.5, Kevin. It's over minus 250. Wow. Goes to show what they're thinking there. So you know what? Let's do the same thing. We'll go with Portland to win the game. A little same game parlay, or Portland to win the game and both teams to score. And in fact, what's this going to pay? It'll pay pretty nice here, actually. Both teams to score. Yes, 250. Portland, double chance. I know you like the double chance here. Here we go.
I love a double chance.
Right. Both teams to score. Portland, double chance to win or tie is minus 115. Just, you want to sprinkle that along with the plus 155 in regulation. If I had to say my best bet tonight on the way out here, San Jose. I think San Jose gets it done against Orlando tonight. Minus 150.
I played San Jose minus the 1.5. But I think in order to have some of the regulation, what I might do is play that with LAFC plus 1.5 type of thing, right? I may just kind of add throughout this MLS slate. And look, there's going to be some good live chances like we talked about, right? Some were expensive spots. We thought, okay, Miami, Chicago, you're going to get more goals, whatever it may be. Vancouver going to grab this game by the neck a little bit. So that game's kind of slowed down in tempo here. So you'll be able to pick your spots. I will say, though, things have started pretty calm. It's only a couple of minutes in, Gabe, but pretty calm starts to these second halves we're seeing across the MLS board.
Yeah, we're only a couple of minutes in. We're going into the 60th minute now. We're still scoreless between New England and Toronto. So our 2.5 is looking pretty solid here. But it'd be nice to get the draw, both at plus money, too. Hitting the draw at plus 300 and a plus 115. TFC just put one off the crossbar. It's amazing how many chances, how the ball is not gone. Anyone to bet the over 2.5, I feel for you. There should have been 10 goals in this game so far. But there hasn't been.
Wow.
But, yeah, I'm going to post some more MLS stuff on X here. I'm going to attack a little bit with the half goals and stuff like that. But it gets complicated to post the picks. And, we're giving picks. You guys don't want that. And son of a Philadelphia take a 2-1 lead on the Red Bulls. 57th minute right now.
I just have to add this quickly before we go to Gabe's point. The expected goals in Cincinnati, Vancouver is 1.13 to 0.75. In Toronto, New England, it's 1.07 to 0.75. One game has 5 goals, the other has 0.
That's amazing, huh?
Crazy.
I told you. I'm a lucky guy to have the under. Very lucky. I'm telling you, Kevin, yeah, like it literally hit the crossbar, hit the goalpost. Goalies are making crazy saves. Like, it's insane, like, how there's not a goal in this game. That's crazy that's the expected goal. What's this with Cincinnati? Possible goal? Cincinnati scores. Fuck me. 4-2. Well, we bet the over 6.5, but that's it.